2.6 integers in the coordinate system. I think you guys have done some of this before last year. I know it was at least in the 6th grade textbook. And yeah, so it should be a little bit of review. What do we call this, this thing here that this arrow's pointing to? What is that called? The one that goes up and down like this?
Y?
Yeah, the y-axis. So let's label that there, the y-axis. And then the other one is called the x-axis. Good. When you think y and x-axis, we can put points on there using a table or a set of numbers, and a lot of times it'll be set up like this. You'll have x, y, and maybe 3, 4, 1, 2, something like that. The x always comes first. So the x, when it's a column, like set up table like this, you're going to have the left column as your x, the right column as your y. If it were horizontal, you had the x, y, the x would always be on the top. Okay, so x always comes first. You have to remember that. And the other way that you'll see them is maybe what we call an ordered pair. So 3, 4. The x value is first. So x is always first. Do you guys remember what this center location is called?
0.
Not the middle, not 0. The coordinates are
Point?
0, 0. We know that.
The middle point?
It is called the origin. Remember that word from last year?
Yeah. Sure.
Well, I think Mr. Meester and Mrs. Carroll
X.
Oh, talk about that.
do this.
X
So the
always
origin.
goes like this, and Y always goes like that.
Yes.
So like
Yeah, exactly. Just like that, Adam.
Y
All right.
goes like that.
So the origin. That's the middle. That is our starting point when we are trying to find coordinates. So you're always going to go right or left first, and then you're going to go up or down. So when we're trying to figure out the coordinates of a point, we go, how far right is this point from the origin? It's 3 to the right. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And then how far up did we have to go to get there?
2.
2. And you're not going to draw on your homework, you're not going to draw these lines in, right? But you can kind of trace it along and follow those points, and you're just going to give me the coordinates of the point. Or if I say put a point at 3, 2, you're going to do that, okay? So those are kind of the terms you're going to have, the x-axis, y-axis, the origin. Those are the terms for this one. Now what does it mean to graph these things? I'm going to put some of these points on there. We'll do this one first. I'm going to put them in different colors so that you know which one's which. But 2, 3, so you go over 2 and up 3. For our next one, how far over would we go? To the right. Because it's a positive number, we move right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then how far up do we go, Adam?
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So somewhere right there. What about our next one here?
3, -5.
Okay, so which way am I going to go first?
3. To the
3 to the right?
And then down. Yeah.
And then down how many?
3, 5.
Good. We got 2 more points to go here.
-2 and 4.
So which way do I go first, Adam?
To -2.
Yeah, which way? Up or down? Or left or right?
Left.
Left. Left 2 and up 4. And one more point here.
So
Zach, which way do I go first?
Left 5, down 1.
Good. Left 5, down 1, he said. Okay, so that's graphing. So they'll give you points. They'll say graph it on a graph paper, graph it on a coordinate grid. Okay. The last thing here is kind of naming these quadrants. I know what I taught last year was the names of these. I don't know if you got to these last year with Mrs. Van Wienen or not, but this is number 1 is here, and it's kind of backwards. Number 2 then goes to the left of that. Then number 3 is underneath that, and 4. And they're always Roman numerals as well. There is a reason for it. As you get into greater math, you'll figure that out. I'm not going to explain the reason why. Just know that it kind of just goes backwards the way it is. If you're in quadrant 1, is your x value going to be positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. What about your y values?
Positive.
Positive. So if you have 2 positive numbers, you know you're going to end up in quadrant 1.
Yeah.
What about quadrant 2?
Negative. Positive. Yeah.
We have a negative number and then a positive number. Quadrant 3?
Positive. Negative. No, negative.
Negative.
It's negative.
Negative, negative. Good catch. And quadrant 4.
Positive. Negative.
So if I gave you a coordinate here, and you wouldn't necessarily have to graph it, I could say like negative 100, 375, and I'd say, what quadrant is that in?
1, 2.
2, because it has a negative number and then a positive number. So you have negative, positive, which is the same as quadrant 2. Okay. If you ever end up with there's not any in there this year, but if you ever end up with a point on an axis, like right on the x-axis or right on the y-axis, it's not in a quadrant. Okay, it can't be on, like a point right here is not in a quadrant, or a point right here is not, right? Because it's on the axis. Those aren't in quadrants. Okay, I don't think there's any like that in the assignment, but just so you know, for future, you can be smarter than the next group.